The 30 Aeons and the quantum field of the Pleroma. The Valentinian school described the divine fullness, the Pleroma, as a living harmony of 30 aeons, emanating in ordered pairs, each bearing a name and a function within the cosmos. These aeons are not abstractions separate from matter, but corporeal particles with mass, not distinct beings or individual units of consciousness. Since atoms are eternal, they themselves are the aeons. Modern physics, though expressed in the language of quantum particles, pursues the same understanding: how the smallest constituents of existence combine into an ordered wholeness. By understanding the aeons as atoms and subatomic particles, forces within quantum physics, one perceives two symbolic languages pointing to the same corporeal truth. The 30 aeons unfold through successive emanations from Bythos, the unsearchable depth. In like manner, the quantum world unfolds from fields, particles, and interactions that together form the natural order. What follows is a mapping of these aeons to the structure of quantum matter, not as idle allegory, but as a recognition that theology and physics mirror one another in describing the fullness of being. The first generation, depth and silence, Bythos. Depth corresponds to the quantum vacuum, the sea from which all things arise. Though called a vacuum, it is not empty, but fertile with fluctuations, pregnant with the potential of particles. Just as Bythos is the hidden abyss beyond comprehension, so the vacuum underlies all manifestation. Silence, corresponds to the Higgs boson and its field. Silence is the quiet condition that grants form, and the Higgs imparts mass to matter. Without it, particles would remain shapeless, without weight or presence. The hidden boson, discovered only after patient search, is the silent root of embodiment. The second generation, mind and truth. Now, mind is the photon, the particle of light. Mind illumines, and photons disclose the world, allowing perception and knowledge. They are massless, swift and irreducible, symbols of clarity and reason. Aletheia, truth, is the electron, the stable lepton that defines chemical bonds and the form of matter. Without electrons, there is no structure, no enduring order. Truth, like the electron, stabilizes existence. The third generation, word and life logos. Word corresponds to the quarks, the hidden alphabet of matter. Just as logos is the speech of the cosmos, quarks are the elements that spell out protons and neutrons. They are never found alone, but only in bound utterances, speaking creation into stability. Zoe, life, corresponds to the neutrinos. These elusive particles stream through all things by the trillions, silent travelers scarcely noticed, yet essential to stellar fires and cosmic balance. Life, too, moves unseen, pervading creation with vitality. The fourth generation, man and assembly anthropos. Man corresponds to the proton, the enduring foundation of atoms. Stable beyond measure, the proton is the pillar of matter, just as the archetypal man is central within creation. Ecclesia assembly corresponds to the neutron, which gathers with protons in nuclei. Alone unstable, but within community enduring, the neutron is the emblem of the gathered assembly, the heart of atomic union. The fifth generation, from Logos and Zoe. From Logos and Zoe proceed further syzygies, expansions of word and life into diverse forms. 1. Bythos, profound, and Mixus, mixture. These are the top and bottom quarks. Bythos, the most profound, is the heaviest quark, appearing only at immense energies. Mixus, the mixture, balances depth, forming strange combinations within baryons. 2. Ageratos, never old, and Henosis, union. Ageratos corresponds to the muon neutrino, a fleeting but ageless traveler. Henosis, union, is the gluon, binding quarks into protons and neutrons, holding matter in unity through the strong force. 3. Autophys, self-generated, and hedon, pleasure. Autophys is the up quark, the essential seed of nucleons. Hedon is the down quark, paired with up in the joy of stability, delighting in the balance that forms the proton and neutron. 4. Acinidos, immovable, and syncrasis, commixture. Acinidos is the charm quark, resonant and enduring within high-energy states. Syncrasis is the strange quark, lending its peculiar flavor to exotic baryons, reminding us of the cosmic commixture of forms. 5. Monogenes, only begotten, and Macaria, happiness. Monogenes corresponds to the tau lepton, heavy, solitary, and rare. Macaria corresponds to the tau neutrino, elusive yet present, a blessed companion to its only begotten partner. The fifth generation, from Anthropos and Ecclesia. From Anthropos and Ecclesia, the human and the gathered, come further emanations. 1. Paracletus, comforter, and Pistis, faith. Heraclitus is the W boson, carrying the weak force that transforms particles, comforting creation through renewal. Pistis is the Z boson, silent mediator of weak interactions, ever faithful though unseen. 2. Patricus, Patern and Elpis, hope. Patricus corresponds to the baryons of neutron stars, paternal guardians of collapsed suns. Elpis, hope, corresponds to the mesons, fleeting carriers of nuclear cohesion, preserving the bonds of matter. 3. Metrikos, maternal, and agape, love. Metrikos is the proton within nuclei, maternal in nurturing the elements. Agape is the binding energy, the invisible love expressed by gluons that holds nucleons together. 4. Aenos, praise, and synesis, intelligence. Aenos corresponds to the pion, whose role in nuclear binding sings the hymn of cohesion. Synesis corresponds to the kaon, a messenger of symmetry breaking, revealing intelligence hidden in decay patterns. 5. Ecclesiasticus, son of Ecclesia, and Makariotes, blessedness. Ecclesiasticus is the deuteron, the union of proton and neutron, child of the assembly. Makariotes is the helium nucleus, blessed in its stability, foundation of stars and life. 6. Theletus, perfect, and Sophia, wisdom. Theletus is the atom itself, perfection of nucleus and electrons in harmony. Sophia is the molecule, wisdom arranging atoms into higher orders, from simple water to the living body. The order of fulfillment. In this mapping, every aeon corresponds not to abstraction, but to corporeal form. From the vacuum and Higgs field, Bythos and psi, arise mind and truth, photon and electron. From them proceed word and life, quarks and neutrinos, then man and assembly, protons and neutrons, and finally the full host of particles, nuclei, atoms, and molecules. The aeons thus mirror the standard model of physics, not as myth against science, but as a symbol unveiling the corporeal harmony of existence. Conclusion: the corporeal pleroma. The 30 aeons are not abstract spirits or immaterial principles, but corporeal constituents of reality, atoms, subatomic particles, and the forces that bind them. The Valentinian teaching that each aeon has substance and form corresponds with what physics reveals. Every particle is tangible, measurable, and structured. From Bythos as the quantum vacuum, to Sige as the Higgs field, to Anthropos as the proton, to Sophia as the molecule, the aeons form the ordered matter of existence. Thus, the pleroma is not an immaterial realm, but the incorruptible material fullness, the eternal harmony of atoms. Theology and physics are not in opposition, but in agreement. The aeons are the quantum body of the pleroma, the true corporeal order that underlies all things.